Hello, welcome viewers. Today we are playing Fallout 76. Bam. We got new dailies gonna happen any minute. The Backwoods. The Legend of Bigfoot. Huh. Guess we're having a smoke break. Just turn the game on. Okay. Hopefully we'll have a group together tonight. Today, I don't know. Yesterday we didn't really get a group together till the end of the night on GTA, and even then people weren't really selling. We tried selling, but come on, world full bullshit. Try to join a friend and the whole world is completely full, like 30 people in it. No. She's at work. It's not always on her account. You can't just message her or get a hold of her like that. The next 2 days he'll be home all day and she'll be at work the whole half of the day. The first, Yeah. Just because the account's being used don't mean it's her. He never was. He's a lame. He don't have his own account. He just uses hers so he can write off of whatever work she's done for his fun. You know? Yeah. Yeah. He isn't a good gamer. He just games to pass time. He didn't even ever make his own account. Hello, welcome viewers. We are trying to load into a world. Boom. If you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please consider it. I'm gonna have to find another world. I'm just gonna wait. Fuck it. Come on. Come on. Full world on Fallout can't join you. There's a bunch. There's like 4 or 5 friends in this lobby. Yo, this is bullshit. Let's see. Guess I could have smoked this whole time. Literally getting anxious. Hello, welcome viewers. So we're trying to load in, and it's at Nuka World, so this is gonna be interesting too. Okay, so it is just now. Teapot, energy, Radaway, bear. All right, so a bear and a teapot, 2 teapots.
Seen plenty of bad travel in these lands.
Tea goes well with anything, truth be told.
Teapot.
It's wonderful to see you. Simply wonderful. Welcome back. I am excellent. Oh, great. Please do.
Yeah. Teapot.
Challenging there. A nice cup of tea will make the world right again.
All right.
Returning visitors. How wonderful. Yes, don't choose the most fascinating teapot.
All right. We gained enough XP. Teapot. I don't need it though. I'm leaving them. I'm leaving teapots for those who need teapots. A greedy person would grab that. Also, there's more teapots all over the world, but they're not mine. I don't need them. Part of being a great gamer instead of a good gamer is being humble. Not being greedy, not being like overly takeative, but taking only what you need or do what you need and leave the rest of the world for those around you that need it. I'm just knocking out challenges. We're gonna hit a bear and Toxic Valley, and other than that, leave this world alone. But yeah, let's go to free range. There might even be a bear there. There could very well be a bear at the end or a gulper before the sheep squatch. It's like Sasquatch, but a sheep. Hey, what's up? How's it going? Bio. Yeah, so when you hit the season, boom, don't spend all your tickets, but you'll see a plus. See a plus symbol on the very first page? It's free. It costs 0 tickets. It'll make it where you have 5%, more boost. See, I'm 29, so I should have already be doing that too. Season. I have them one on the first page in the top left. There's a plus symbol, boost. You go 1 page over, 2 page over, 3 pages over. There's another one. Once you hit 23, I think. Oh, yeah. I got my bear. I almost missed killing the bear looking at the season junk. You can join my world. I can't invite anyone on Fallout. I have a bunch of friends, and I can't invite them all to a world. They have to just join my world. Radiation, Radaway. Take a Radaway in your aid. It's on you. It's in aid next to food. And you open the pit boy. What kind of weapon? Huh? No, I'm looking for another weapon, like a chainsaw. Something I can really just beat the shit out of this motherfucker with. You can. Damn, 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 damn. Oh, I'm trapped. Nope. I'm being chased though, and I'm heavy. Yeah. Oh, fuck. I just got completely annihilated, killed, and it said my scout banner saved me and I should be alive. But, you know, the game's ass. I want this 4-star legendary, even though it's probably junk. And now that I died, it's definitely worth doing this. I was worried about ammo. Oh, that's a thing? Okay. Okay, that's the thing. Now you know. That dude's as dead as the water. Floating. Damn, I used up ammo, grenades, and still didn't get the 4-star. Yeah, I don't know. It's acting up. All right. Oh, just looking at seeing energy ammo, Toxic Valley, mod energy. So we didn't have anyone doing the world event. Oh shit, I'm trying to find a better world because no one helped me in that world. World full, fuck. No, I mean like we didn't have a team. It wasn't you, it was nobody did the world event. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the mire. I'm trying. I'm trying. Come on, game. Stock loading. Wow. Let's see who else in this world, though. Let's see what happened. We finally got in. All right, was able to join. Really too bad. I can't start a new public. If I could start a new public and then just invite friends. All right. I got a half hour on that, but I'm not worried. Very well rested, 50%. That is a half hour. I should just, yeah, let's get moving. That was like a mandatory break as soon as you punch in at work. Like, what the fuck? I want to go work. I'll take a break later, maybe. This morning has been a little different on the game. Was waiting to find a world. I've done as much gameplay as I could in my time on here. Fuck it. I'll leave him. Oh, man. Boom, boom, boom.
Attention, everyone. To cut the cake. Being a baker is so much more relaxing than being a surgeon.
Toxic Valley. Okay.
Plastic is naked. That keeps on giving. I hit the jackpot. 2 square inches of intact aluminum foil.
All right. Did the bed. Bam. It's dark. Dark in here. Bam, 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 bam. All right. All right. All right. It was just impossible to get in this world. Now everyone's leaving this world. I just tried to join this world and I had 5 friends in here and I couldn't get in here. And now that I'm in here, I think there's only 2 friends in here. Like, other people left too, though. Oh, like everybody got off altogether. Wow. Crowder and Doug and Jasper didn't. Popcorn. Pemmican. Strength. Health regen. Strength. Didn't need that. Perception. Don't need that. I already did it. Baked bloatfly. Blood bug steak. Better luck. AP. Cake. Tea. Oh shit, yeah. Hey, what's up? How you been? Holy fuck, what happened, Mark?
Arrow. Glaze, not foul. Replacing with a similar word. Gauze.
Torch.
Bon appetit. Error. Glaze, not foul. Replacing with a similar word. Gauze.
Damn, do you hurt yourself falling? Besides what's going on with your legs? You got blood clots in the back of your knees or something?
Of course I know how to get
I was like, 'cause you walk and you drove and
Bon appetit.
jeez.
Attention, everyone.
And the Mustang, huh? Yeah, I bet you it's harder to drive than the box Chevy would be without. So you got hurt legs, you can't barely walk or can't stand, and you know you got a wrench with your hip and shoulders and steer, no power steering, and try to fix the car. And I bet you I know who ain't helping either. Yeah. It was fine until then. You told him not to, and he did it anyways on your vehicle. All right. And he had to go and put engine motor oil in a hydraulic steering system. And they're completely different fluids. Motor oil don't run at the same pressures. You kidding me? So, you know, motor oil can hold like 80 to 100 pressure, right? Transmission fluid can handle like 300 pressure. It can handle a little more temperature too, like 300 degrees instead of 2 temperature wise. Brake fluid can handle 1,000 to 1,800 pounds of pressure. Hydraulic fluid is over 3,000 pounds of continuous pressure with the pump running. In other words, the engine going. 3,000 pounds of pressure. It's steel lines. If they look like they're rubber, there's steel underneath it. There's low pressure coolant, like it's not coolant, but return lines. I'm thinking of cooling. The cooling line is a low pressure, but all the high pressure part of a steering system, yeah, there's a reason why that's hydraulic oil, not motor oil. Even DOT, like brake fluid and that, isn't enough of a hydraulic oil for actual hydraulic oil applications like power steering. Think of power steering like the hydraulic systems on a dozer, and you just putting the diesel oil in it is going to make it fine. Sorry. Tell him that. To blow the seals out of it. Hydraulic oil. Yeah. You've already driven it, so you've already worked it into it. The oil's already worked in there with the training fluid, you know. Yeah, because then all the dirt on the wrong side of the seal is in there. Yeah, he said the same shit. All that dirty shit from outside the seal just got pushed into it when it swelled and compromised. Fluid goes out, contamination goes in. for the rack to not have pressure and wind on the metal gears harder without the power assist, because you lose the assist. Oh man, yeah. So the steering wheel's doing that. Bop, 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 bop. Yeah, that's.
Bloody. Crazy.
What'd she do? Cold shoulder? So what? She basically ain't talked to you since it's happened, since you've been injured. Oh yeah. Yup. Yep, yep, yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, it's too bad you couldn't help her fix it. It's too bad you couldn't have made that money. But she overpaid, and you still got your own stuff to work on now.
Are you? Yes, you are. You're a customer. The targets are shredded
Uh huh.
again. Telling me that the mongrels of a storm the other day. Some fool programmed me to be agitated unless there are always fresh targets up. I could
Right. You
really
can't
use your
worry
help with that.
about that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. About her. They said it. Yeah. Yeah. Right.
She just, yeah, making fun of it all, doing it all wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been made in the last 8 or 20 years. It definitely isn't. but she thinks it is. As far as yeah, crazy. Yeah. All right. Wow. Damn. They just did it to do it. It wasn't actually factual use. They just said, pay us. Yeah. Is he actually trying to help or not? Well, they were. Especially when there was like power outages and a windstorm or snowstorm, they were just charging everyone, and you guys didn't even have electric. And then they charge you guys for like the repairs, but that's what you pay throughout the whole year is for line repairs when it does happen. So why they double charge you for the line repairs, knowing that they ain't replaced the line in a long time if they really getting that bad from a little snow or ice? Because they don't do that up here, and we get a lot of snow and ice. So like they just do them barely ever, every 30 years. But they've charged you every year for if they were putting new lines up. And then they actually had to send men out there and actually use the line that sits out back of their business forever It's not like they just bought it. You know what I mean? That shit's been laying around. They finally actually fixed the lines, and they try to charge you on top of the bill. And the bill is, besides the actual service, the line repairs that they were supposed to have been maintaining, so it didn't need such repair, you know, all at once. Granted, storms and nature and weather happens, but it was just ill taken care of in the first place. That's more weight on the ends. Yeah, that's more weight. They just did it. They did them lazy, and they did it with extra wire, and they didn't do it with all the slack pulled out tight and up on each pole right. And you know what I mean? That's extra weight. It's extra already slop, so it just pulls. And if one of them breaks, it just whoop 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 out of the rest of those loops because none of them are actually tight and pinching, like clamp force on each point, clamp force on each point. You know what I mean? It'd be like having a 4x8 sheet of plywood and just putting like one random nail in up here on this 2x4 and then go over 2 wall joists and just put one nail down here on that, you know, not even the same height, and just say like, yeah, that sheet's held to that wall. Like, no, this is not how the nails should be lined and laced, you know what I mean, to hold adequately. It's like the same shit. You know, when they do that with the power wire and it's all running loose like that. It ain't pulled tight. Yeah, there's more actual line, so that's more weight, and then anything on that line is more surface area, so more weight. The longer that wire is in between poles where it's slacked out instead of tight, yeah, that's more ice weight, more length. It might have not used to be an issue, but it is now. And there's other stuff laying around. It's not like there's a huge difference in price or availability. You know what I mean? Yeah, he purposely screwed it up for you. Like, fuck you. He purposely put the wrong stuff in and ruined the vehicle, and you don't plan on fixing it. You don't plan on paying for the repair. Bottom line, regardless if that was family or not, like, I would have to be like, listen, you're like, I really don't want to take you to court about this. You're gonna pay for it and or fix it. Pay for it and do it. You know what I mean? Or I'll take it to a shop, and then I'll say what had been done. That you're over here on the property getting cigarettes or something for me, and next thing you know, you're putting the wrong fluids in my car against my wishes. You know what I mean? It's not like a puddle underneath it. It's not like a line popped off, right? It didn't lose fluid to lose pressure. It just had the wrong fluid and can't make pressure now. All right. The only thing you can the only thing you can do is find the return line back to the reservoir, you know, and disconnect that and have it into like a bigger Pepsi jug or something, you know what I mean? And basically keep pouring new tranny fluid in the reservoir because it's right there. You know, the reservoir is super close to you. Right hand pouring in new fluid, left hand kind of holding the hose that's supposed to go back into it and collecting all the shit that runs out until you see red fluid again. Might take 2-3 quarts, you know, put it in. It'd be great if you had someone else because, well, someone's standing there dirty, covered in tranny fluid, pouring it and getting it coming out the hose on the other end. Someone could be running the rack from full turn left to full turn right, full turn left, full turn right, working all the old, even when it's power steering fluid and you're replacing it with power steering fluid and it's not tranny fluid, yeah, you're flushing it out. Believe me, I've had to flush a bunch of red tranny fluid out and run the actual clear like power steering fluid through a car that's like Toyota that's supposed to have PS, actual power steering, not ATF. A lot of Ford shit is like that. Dodge did too, but like a lot of the Ford shit, like it's super cheap, meaning they just use the tranny fluid as their power steering because like availability.
Specified hostiles eliminated. Infestation cleared. Thank you for your participation.
Mm-hmm. That's what you trying to say? It didn't. I wasn't supposed to have it in there. Sorry, I know you already know that, and at least it was ATF, not PS, like power steering. You know, the actual power steering fluid is different than ATF, so it might flush out. The ATF might be able to push and push and push because it's got detergents and cleaners in ATF. It might get most of the oily residue, the issue out. But you gotta hope that the pump returns to having the pressure it should, because you know that's part of it, the wrong amount of pressure in the pump, and then the other is that the seals and all that aren't wiped from swelling. Yeah, well, it could definitely fix it. Just all new fluid, boom, 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 all new fluid. But other than that, you got all new fluid in the hoses and lines. Then if it is a pump or a rack and you do replace it, at least you're not replacing the part you think is wrong and then running that same freaking fluid through it, the new piece, to try to flush the lines out. You got the lines flushed out. I've learned that. When you know you have bad equipment, like a bad transmission, fuck, I'll pour 3 more quarts into it and pull off the cooler line, because I'll blow all, like, well, that's bad. I'll make that torque converter and that valve body digest. I know when I'm done. The only other thing I did at the transmission shop when we used to do transmissions, like Dodges had a ball check, and I would remove the ball check completely. You know what I mean? Up in the front bumper, a ball check, like a one-way valve, which there was always supposed to be pressure going up and return going back. And anyways, all it kept was fluid from running back to the transmission from up by the cooler, and like it from going the other way. Anyway, you remove those. It's a good thing to remove those. Uh, but yeah, I would blow air. Like if it was completely out, transmission's over there, boom, and it's just like the cooler built into the radiator, or and the lines on the vehicle. I'd blow air one way and I'd blow air the other, and then I'd blow air back the first way that it's supposed to be. I do it the first way it's supposed to be first, the way of normal flow, that most of the debris is gonna go, and then I back puff it for any kind of like anything that was, and then I do it the normal way again and make sure that I actually can feel or see, shit coming out that, that it's full flow. It's not. And then you put new training up there, you hook up the lines, you know what I mean? But that's part of the cleansing process. Anytime you have an issue like that, we had one where what was it? The coolant and the transmission fluid in the radiator had mixed. And so the tranny was what had suffered the worst, all the water and the milkiness. The coolant just was like, had tranny fluid in it, didn't care. You know what I mean? Anyways, yeah. So that one, as far as that transmission, it was like the whole transmission got replaced. But yeah, we used the old transmission that was in it to blow out lines, get the coolant out of as much as we could. And the radiator was completely out because it was going to be a new one. It just, the parts are expensive and you can't do it necessarily yourself, and you don't want to pay a shop or something to do what y'all are mentally and have the tools like capable of doing. You just need some physical help. And now this. And it's like a modern muscle car too. It's not even 20 years old. Is it? Just now? Yeah, it's almost. Yeah. Yeah, it all makes sense. That's right, math. It's almost there, but still, that don't mean. It kind of sucks. Like certain vehicles, I've let them go earlier than I should, because I just like the engine that's in that one. Like you could do a whole new cooling system, whole new steering system, new ball joints, suspension, all that, and then fucking not even go try to do pro touring or anything. Just drive it, and feel like you got a new car. And then the timing changed. And how your ball joints are, and how the coolant thermostat housing is. Like, they got a list of issues with that. I've heard of if you go in reverse over like 8 miles an hour, like if you put it in reverse and try to like down the driveway and then pull out in the road and go forward, it would just like it would, the rear diff or the something, I think it was the rear diff, couldn't handle reverse higher speeds. It would basically put back in drive, and it just don't want to kink right. You know what I mean? It's running up on its teeth faces wrong. I've heard different things. That's that Corporal 8.8. It's basically the 4 9-inch replacement they used in everything. The 8.8. No. Right. Yes, yours is one wheel peel, not limited slip. I don't know if it was one. Probably was the limited slip or the more GT race one, and someone did too fast in reverse, and like that probably is the one that actually has more of an issue. And it shouldn't though. That shouldn't be a thing. Car runs great, just don't go in reverse. It'll mess the whole thing up. it doesn't maintain a certain hydraulic pressure, like transmission line pressure. So it's like slipping clutches, or the well, you'd think slipping clutches, if it did it as a new car, it would hold. But
Would anyone throw away?
you got to give it gas. You got to give it gas and increase the pressure for it to hold. Like the clutches all pushed together and engaged, and then you're like burning clutches in an automatic. People don't get necessarily that moment of power braking. Power braking, you're literally like using all the forward clutches in a slipping manner because you're not pushing all the power to the wheel. Meanwhile, the rear wheel's trying to spin, and yet the brakes actually trying to hold it a little. Like everything's fighting itself. Everything about the car is angry. Actually, power braking. That's why I usually try to just put something in front of the wheel and choke it, right? And just literally like maybe first gear, like if it's a stick, power brake a little, and then start going through gear, second, third. You know how many people couldn't do a burnout box with a real manual car that wasn't paddle shift or sequential, or you know what I mean? Like to actually like keep the tires and the momentum and whoop whoop. When like the tire, you know, the car's dead stopped and the tire's trying to stop spinning, and you don't high rev even the first gear, and you just shift second, get the burnout rolling, shift third, and never have the wheel like stop. Never like try to like start from second and do a burnout again. Like, you know what I mean? Like people ain't smooth with it. I could honestly say right now my heel toe work isn't the best because I don't even drive much, let alone a manual. But the way I used to work, the clutch, gas, and brake, like just like you see drifters when you see actual like Japanese drifters, like the Drift King, the father of drift. You watch the videos, they show not just them like the outside of the car going by, but they'll show how he's like jerk on the wheel and then just like let go of the wheel, or pull back on the wheel the other way and then let go of it and just let it kind of do its thing. Like it's not about completely manhandling the car. It's a lot of times going with the flow of the weight in the car and just correcting it a little and changing it a little, and honestly the wheel weightlessly kind of transfer itself from side to side if done right, truly. um, But yeah, watching the pedal work, watching their right heel plant and hit gas or brake, and the left, you know, the quick kicks for like without downshifts at all, just like e-brake pulls, like with quick shifts. And if it is a downshift, the way they usually kind of half almost hold the clutch in, do the shift, use the regular brake a little, and then let the clutch out. And as they're letting the clutch out, you see his toe go from, you know, big toe on the brake to little toes on the gas. Like we're already like leaning into it as the clutch comes out, like power shifting, rev matching. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, I pretty good with all that. I've done it with big rigs. Rev matching is way more important, but you know, you just don't want to over downshift a car. hmm Right, like I was saying, all that, how it's hard on everything else, to on the brakes and on the gas, and like in the automatics, like the the forward clutches, all that in the front, slipping. hmm Right. But they're showing everyone. They're showing off doing it like a kid. When they do. Yeah, why would you break it if you can't fix it? Don't know how to or don't have the money to. Like enjoy what you have, you know. People beat on them one thing they do have. I've had a few not make it, but man, I gotta get rid of weapons and shit. I got too much shit. I'm in an odd transition. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm here with you. I'm heavy. Yeah, it's dead. Mm-hmm. Wow. Mm-hmm. Wow. Right. It was different. Not his. Mm-hmm. Oh, cool. crazy.
This cloth is so old, it is crumbling into powder.
Wow. Drive him off into a ravine that was empty and that filled, or was it a lake then? A rock quarry. Yep. Hit it and it filled and filled and filled quick. Okay. All right, everything happened.
Greetings, members. We've decided it's about time we went for another walk. Any available men and women should proceed to the designated bot stop to initiate the process. That is all.
Get your very own metallic minion at the custom order received. Priority schematic list CB002
Okay.
engaged. And thanks for using.
Well, yeah, this is the Z, not the X. Because the XJ was the square box, the ZJ was that next one. Yeah, the Grand Cherokees could have had the 318, 360 or the 40.
Hostiles detected. Notice additional hostiles detected.
Try not to let those bots get dinged up now.
But the mud and the water, the weight, the way it was stuck in there. You think a car just sitting there and then the place filled with water, it'd be fine. It'd just be sitting there. Something that was drove off into a lake and stabbed down into the bottom as it sank, you think it would be harder to get out, you know? Because it.
Don't let your new pals scratch that fish.
Eliminate hostiles.
Oh. Yep. Just that came. Yep. Yeah.
Updated procedures. Hostiles en route.
Just don't let them hurt the merchandise. Because we don't allow
Location secure. Initiating patrol.
Test drive from a dealership. Never played it to nobody. Stolen from a dealership. I'm trying to think of the only way that could have happened. Yep. Well, yeah, at the end, it probably wasn't even an accident that it got put there. Yeah, or they could have joyrided it hard and ended up there, but it probably wasn't even. Yeah. Are you playing currently, or you just chilling? I'll start this up. You can kind of see what I'm doing if you want.
Warning. Union violation detected.
I am live, but it's easier.
Was 9,000.
Yeah. I make work of my games, so when you make such work of your games, it's not always fun being on them.
What you see
Um,
is what you
but I also am a grinder, so like I am always trying to get more. So like this goes, I got a bunch of junk on me. This goes, but like the quad means ammo capacity, meaning the capacity is 2,250 rounds before it reloads, and it breaks slower, which is a thing. They break. Critical damage means it hurts more, and it breaks slower. This is last round anti-armor. This really could go, but it's a 4-star. It's got all 4 stars, where some weapons are just like 3. I don't know if I have a 2 or like a 1-star bloodied, maybe. Yeah, see, so some guns only have that, where other, like this, 115% more damage than most people. I take less melee damage if I'm blocking, and it is a melee weapon. And then it does even more melee and attack speed based off of a kill streak, you know? So I do 115 or 130% more damage over other players quite often. In this case, I take less damage when I block. Melee damage while not moving. It's not blocking, but not moving is basically the same. I can just forcefully not move and just swing at things coming at me. And on a kill streak, the kill streak count, the bottom one of the 4-star. Some of them are just 1-star, like that. 1-star just bloodied. This is power attack. Reload speed and weapon speed, meaning it shoots faster. There's just different guns, all sorts of different guns. Pretty cool. I got this gun out and punch them with this chainsaw. Alright, we're gonna go hit the world. This ain't even my house, this is somebody else's house, but I want it over here. Oh, yeah, I'll show you the map. So this has intelligence and weapon speed. And this is also weapon speed intelligence. Hold on. I'll show you when we get there. There's all sorts of little things on the map that kind of give you an idea of what's in the area. There's roads. It's West Virginia, so there's still roads at work. Like there's Charleston. There's, you know, there's different parks and that. Water Park and Camden Park and pretty cool. Helvetia's a town that does an event every year, and so this game does that event every year. Like, that happens in real life. See, this has weapon speed intelligence also. After bloodied. Weapon speed intelligence. And this is weapon speed intelligence. So, like, you can't go wrong with that. Obviously, I have, like, this is a quad Fat Man, so that's 4 shots before I have to reload. And it's actually like mini nukes, like a nuclear warhead, but a miniature one. Like, bigger than a frag grenade, you know? I'm just shooting nukes. Grenade launcher. This is like a poop, 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 poop. Grenades out of it. I just don't have a lot of that ammo on me right now because of weight. Rocket launcher. Quad. Alright, so these guys are really meant to be ranged. Oh.
Attention, citizens. nuclear strike imminent. Please exit the area at your earliest convenience. Information.
It does pretty good damage. Oh, so like this guy's not dead, but he's broke. This guy's broke. He can't stand right now. So before, yeah, so before they die though, these guys are broke. Like, see his head? I shot him in his head, and even though I shot him in his head, it broke every other limb of his body.
See what a science has made, human.
But they really can't handle many bullets from me. I do all this increased damage, so besides the gun, like I was showing you, you got these perks from home, like agility, charisma, endurance over there on the left. It's not a super nerdy game or hard, but then there's food I eat. So I have rad resistance, I have damage resistance, I have everything, but only for a couple minutes. So even if we die in here, it's fine, because I plan on going home in 5 minutes or 10 minutes anyway. This is literally just a fuck around right now. And there's an event, public event. So like right here, weapons way less, explosives, frag grenades way less, ammunition, bullets way less, scatter shot, increased damage basically, limb damage, you know. Sturdy frame, my armor weighs less, easy target, I cripple targets. You know what I mean? I would cripple them up. And this is with the extra damage, it goes to all limbs. So I shoot him in the head and cripple it. It cripples his legs out. All right. Medical stuff weighs less, and I have more carry weight. Number cruncher. Do more damage based off my gun costing me to use VATS. Like the way I'm using VATS instead of just aiming like Call of Duty aim. I actually do more damage. More damage because they're ranged, like at distance. Ignore their armor. So the guys with armor still hurts. Reload speed and movement speed, basically, because I have high movement speed. Gain accuracy. Gain VATS, meaning you shoot them really far away. Instead of it being a 40% chance to hit, it's like an 86% chance at the same range. Explosives do a huge radius. All right, so I'm going to skip over. This is explosives do way more damage. Do more damage for low health. I'm low health. Oh, batteries way less. Armor breaks less. Guns break less. Hold on. Food don't spoil. Okay. Small guns, meaning anything not a big heavy gun. Hip fire accuracy, but also limb damage is what you're really there for. Limb damages. AP, which is our VATS, regenerating. AP regenerating, not being heavy. Small guns stagger, meaning they literally just stagger and stand there like, ugh. Besides more limb damage, breaking their limbs down. So when I VATS from person to person, the first person who dies and auto VATS the next, it goes 10%, 30%, 60, and then I think 90. Like, it just does more damage. This is more damage based off of killing 5 people in a row. Or 10 now in a row. So you can get 100. Alright, hold on, I gotta see what's up with this event. We gotta go here. Neurological warfare. That was, you heard that missile, that actual nuke went off while I was jabbering. We nuked this robot facility over here. There's also a scorched beast, like a bat you can nuke and fight. There's a Wendigo, like a cannibal person, but it's a monster. It's this huge one you can go fight in a mine. And there's over in the Ash, which is this area full of mole rats and mole miners, men that turned into mole rats kind of and live underground. They're miners. They kind of turn into mole rats themselves, like diggers. It's this huge mole rat, though, that is a boss. It comes up out of the ground, different locations on you. Like depending on where you launch a nuke in specific spots on the map, you'll get different boss fights. You can dud out and just shoot at the ground over there, and it does not much. It'll make it nuclear over there, but so I have 72 health, and I'm gonna attempt to stay alive. And it can be a pain in the ass sometimes. I should gain a little health, so I just use a Radaway, and immediately like 90, 100, 120. I got rid of some of my radiation, so my damage output went away. Some of it. Now I have 180 instead of 70 health. But my weapons are going to do 80% more damage than players instead of 115. But I can live. And if I don't live, it's just kind of a laughing thing, like, see, I should have just stayed at the extra damage. Because, you could easily die at full health in big armor. Like this guy in armor, he might die. I don't hope he don't, but it could happen in here. He's not immune to dying just from that big bulky suit. I'll get in that big bulky suit sometime and show you, but my stats go right to hell. I'm not as good. I'm not as strong or special. You're like a big dummy in those suits. For the extra damage resistance, it's not worth losing all your stats and player ability. So I'm using a bunch of grenades because I have a bunch of grenades. They weigh a lot, and because I really don't want to go through a bunch of ammo right now. And my numbers are solid. I got really good numbers. It makes me want to go a little more bloodied. Yo, when you just want to leave your own group sometimes. Alright, so now the grenades are going to do more damage though, but I'm closer to dying. Yeah, see now I'm hitting for like 1,300 instead of 600. But I'm keeping my range. I'm not trying to be their target. I don't always play like this, but when it's a big boss fight like this, I'm doing more damage than everyone around me. I can guarantee you they're doing like 80, 80, 80, 80, or like, I'll shoot them, I'll tell you, because I might get like 300, 300, yeah, no, 130. I'm hitting really 130 until I crit out and hit 300. So these guys are doing about 80 a shot of them over and over again. And just chewing through ammo and breaking their gun. You see my gun's about to break, or try to. Meanwhile, I have like 80 pounds of grenades. If I throw these and I'm down to 50 pounds, I would be happy. I don't even make these, I acquire these, like, literally. Stim pack, keep it right at full health, because full health is only 90 right now. So now I do less damage because he's the only one left, or each time there's one left. Oh, that was 2,000 damage actually. Yo, get off me. I don't only throw explosives, but that's what's best to do here. There's enough people who don't realize that. Oh, see, I started getting targeted. And this guy. Oh yeah. Boom! Why? Boom! Boom! We wrecked those robots. I'm still wearing my Valentine's outfit. Like, I ain't cleaned up since then. Look at that. I got bullets for a mohawk and a like a bike helmet with the goggles, but I'm a skeleton with my pink love jumpsuit. Claim my rewards. 6,000 experience at the bottom. Get heavy. I thought I heard an enemy. We lived through it, but it was time to go home. 1 minute left, 2 minutes left on some of these buffs. We did it perfectly. We get to go home. Show you the house, how I arranged it. Well, I'm not worried about buffs, and then I'll start timers. And for the next half hour after I do start those timers, I'll be better. For other players, it matters more, but I'll show you the principle of it. Yeah, it was a plane that crashed, and that's the pilot stretched over it. That's technically Ohio there where I was standing next to West Virginia. They added that recently. We can fly off to Pittsburgh. We can fly off to Atlantic City, New Jersey. Where else? Ohio and West Virginia, definitely. Yeah, we're in it. I'll show you in a minute. Oh, so here's another one of those, but I don't need it. And I don't need that, but it is. Oh, it's instigating weapons. So they purposely give me stuff like this, weapon speeds. They give me stuff I don't want to get rid of because they know my taste and they want me to keep everything I ever see. Like Olga, that's staying. This is not. Wood with poison. That is not. Beer hat, though. Look at all the beer on your hat. All right. That's that. All right, so yeah, we're in the back of a car. You know how hard it was for me to make this the spawn point? Like, you're not supposed to spawn in next to this car, let alone in it. Like, I had to work to do this. I had to actively make sure this would happen. So what you do is you craft. When you craft, it puts you out of it. But to make myself spawn in the back seat of this old car, yeah, it's tight. It's real tight, Mark. I made it fit. Oh, God. I put a hood ornament on it, and then when I lifted the car up, the hood ornament went up, and it just stayed up. When the car goes back down, it stays up. It's supposed to illuminate, but that might be it illuminated. There's the doghouse. There's the clown, but that's just for the vendor. You stand here, you know, you get fireworks from that pressure plate. You got one cow here, chickens, another cow, a bunch of meat in here, you know, like that's deer and turkey. This is different, like toad and rabbit and squirrel and roach. Roach meat, because roaches are the size of cats in this game. Roaches will try to jump up on your face and eat you while you're still alive in this game for a meal. Yeah, butterflies, they make me acid, cigarette machine, cooking oil, canned dog food. We got this robots in here to help you cook.
Metric system detected.
You can come up over here and cook, but I can't right this second. I need to I got this robot as an assistant. She'll help protect the base if something happens, and this robot is collecting ore. Copper, iron, lead, stuff I need. Water, got the watershed. So you saw the meat shack where all the meat was, and the cooking shack, and the trailer with the robots in it. Yeah, so water. There's a music. This is all music in this tent, and there's buffs in there. I'm going to show you in a minute. You got the barn. You got the beer out front, ammo inside, and that's how you make whiskey and booze over on this side. That's for your big power armors. Some of my power armor suits. You climb in those and you're tougher. They all got their own look to them. And the workbench. Yeah, so come on up in the house. This portal will literally take you off of this map into a safe area, a shelter, off of this map. And yep, that's everything else but the train. Got the house. We're going to start all over. Stats. You know, kindred spirits there, actually. We might not. Well, you sleep in a bed and you get a buff, which levels you up quicker. And then you come play music. Do all these buffs, but how do I also show? This is something you're not supposed to even show in Pip-Boy. So I can see that I'm over encumbered. I have these foods, but they're all going away. My fillet must have went away. No, it says an hour. Uh-oh. My friend left. There's still people on the team, but my friend left. So you can kind of go through and look and see what you got going on with everything while you're sitting here, and we're well tuned. So that means like when we shoot in that with the VATS, that the AP will come back quicker. So stats. See how it's like 35, 38, 51. Those are all about to change. We're gonna add to those by eating food and by working out. Actually, I'm gonna, after this, yeah, right there, I just lost even more buffs because I almost died. My health flinched, and now it's actually 22%, 22% down there. Sorry, I'm totally nerding out trying to show you this, even if you never play it. Yeah, so 30 strength. Everything went down because we have no like food buffs except for charisma, and no house buffs. All right. So what endurance was 13, it's going to go to 15. Strength is going to go to 32. We're going to do all these first. Add a little bit more to that number. That number is how good you are out in the game, basically. How far away you can shoot, how many bullets you can shoot before it won't let you with the VATS, how much carry weight you can carry stuff. Because you literally hit a weight limit. Like, I'm technically red where I can only walk, not run. But that should be straightened out when I'm done doing all this. So pinball gives you agility, like running, and perception. some charisma. Smell good. Gamble and have our fortune read. So all that's happening, we're going to clean up once, like a shower. All right, so 32, 53, everything went up 2. 28 minutes on all that. All right, so now we eat. All right, so spoil. I like to know my spoiled food, non-spoiled food. Come up here. Luck. Perception. Rad resistance. Max health. Strength. Yeah. 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 Eat mole rats. Everything you eat in here, possum, that's 5 luck. So we're going to do that because the other one was 3. But there's chicken and hot dogs and Mothman eggs and cake. There's a bunch of stuff in the game. It's weird. Roasted isn't good, but looking for a rad stag. That's deer, basically. Ribeye is cow. S'mores, mud cookies. There, now we're not thirsty anymore. Some of these names are their own thing in the game. Yagwai is a bear. Angler is like kind of like a toad, but there is toads and scorpions and that are already their own thing. Milk would take away radiation. Oh, I gotta sell that. I got 24 pounds of that on me. I need to sell that. Jerky. This damage resistance. This is health regen. So we're gonna go do some tough stuff. Critical damage. And I landed down on coffee, but see, it's gonna go like that. Yeah. So when I open it back up, it's on coffee if I need. Some of this stuff's gonna have to go soon enough. So now we got all of our special up. We're at 38. We're gonna come drink this just a little. I want even more radiation. There. Now I got 43. And now this is 58 instead of 53. So, see how much tougher I am than the 30 I was? Like, how everything went up so much. I don't remember what it was. This was 30, now it's 43. And now that's 58. So we made a complete animal out of ourselves compared to what we were, and we're still already way better than most people on our armor and on our damage, on everything that we're doing. Fix our gun. I guess our armor's alright. Alright. Level up. Get some more season XP. Alright. Time to go play again. So look, it's all like UFOs and stuff this time though. Last one was about like fishing. Or after fishing, what was it? This is Bigfoot now. It's just stuff they're gonna give us. Beast of Beckley is a wolf. Huh. That's a whole house. Oop. That's a whole house right there. And a glowing cat. That's cool. But yeah, that's a bunch of junk or stuff they're gonna give us. So that says it does 1,000 and then 1,700. This says 1,200 and 1,900. All right, so this is better. Okay, this is better. I didn't know if the little lightsaber melee was better, but it's not. All right, let's go. Back out in the world. All right. So there's chainsaws in the game, and even like this. And I think you should get more wood. You should get more wood if you use a chainsaw or this. Oh yeah. Alright, so there's a bunch of people and they all want to get kills. I probably ain't going to be able to use this. I have to switch to a gun. But we're going to try. I like the melee in this game, but it's been a little bit. Yeah, I just need to... kill and clear. Alright. Waiting to kill this big sheep squatch somewhere by there. I don't know if I want to go into melee yet. Depends on how this first clip goes. Oh, there he is. Yeah. Nice. Now, where's Bigfoot? Does Bigfoot not come? Sometimes Bigfoot comes to these events at the end. That's what I was waiting for. What are y'all doing? They're shooting the cows that we protected on the way here. Yeah. Alright, guitar, sword, pipe wrench. Different armor and different junk. Man, some of this can go that's 4-star even. I'm just carrying it. Making an issue. Really got to evaluate that. Didn't plan on doing it in this video. I got people I got to supply with stuff. But I'm overly have goods on me right now. No, I don't need to do what he's doing. That was yesterday. Well, that was today. Toxic Valley. Yeah, so that's the problem. Like, there's a lot to do on this game, but right now I don't have anything I have to do on this game. And I got a whole lot of time left in all these buffs to just go do it, too. It's wild. Alright, so I just gotta find the next thing I want to do. Come down. Pemmican and popcorn, though. That's weird. It lowered my strength. I had a look and I'm like, yeah, no, it gave me strength. It lowered my strength by giving it to me, Assad. Alright. Yes. Is that what I hear shooting going on? No. We were all going around. We had to go to this location and that location taking pictures. And that's Lemon and Jay with me. And we were going around taking pictures at different spots. But it was really dark there on the map. Oh, yeah. Totally got to go sell too. I got a bunch of weight I can lose. What are they doing? I don't know if I've ever seen someone do such a grill thing. It's grills, it's just grills. Damn. That's what I meant. Aye. Bye. Shoot this whole place out. Alright. I don't know why the sky's so purple, but this game could easily crash me out. Like, I can play GTA for hours and hours, other games for hours, like 12, 18 hours straight. This game will so crash you off way before that. It just kicks you off every once in a while. Sometimes the enemies are like invisible too. These guys are right in front of me and they were invisible. And then they render in. I didn't overly point at where they were ahead, but like literally just appearing. So I'm already heavy and I just pick up more and more and more because it don't matter. As long as I can get XP and I can get around. I should be shooting this thing. I hear it. I actually think I had line of sight of it earlier.